Previously on Homestuck. So last time on Homestuck, we found another one of these walkthrough pages, and I gave out the page number in that episode, but I didn't actually read it myself. But I did take the time to read it afterwards while not recording, so just in case you didn't read it yourself, here's a quick synopsis. First of all, this part of the walkthrough is written by John, not Rose, so we get a little taste of what he thinks about the game. In the beginning of Homestuck, we're told that John has a passion for computer programming. This is relevant because, on this page, John appears to have cracked the code when it comes to punching cards. It's kinda complicated, so I'm just gonna simplify it as much as I can, so please just bear with me here. Okay, so this is how it works. Every conceivable item that can be captcha logged has its own unique captcha code. For example, a hammer is this code. Now, every symbol that can show up in a captcha code has a number assigned to it, as seen in this chart. So now this code becomes this set of numbers. Then you take each number from that set of numbers and convert them into binary code. Binary code is basically a set of ones and zeros that represent something. For example, the binary code for 49 is 110001. So what we just did was we took the lowercase letter n from the captcha code and turned it into the number 49, and then took that number and turned it into binary. When we take all of these numbers and turn them into binary, it looks like this. Okay, we're almost done. Hang in there. You'll notice that we're currently reading this code in the same way that we would read a book, left to right, top to bottom. Well, now we're going to change that, so we're reading it top to bottom, left to right in 4 columns. Okay, so now we have the formula that the punch Skaianet uses. What I'm trying to say is, just imagine this code on a captcha log card, where the number 1 represents where the holes will be punched, and the number 0 represents where the holes will not be punched. So at the end of the day, the punch card should look something like this. So, we took an object and its captcha code, turned that captcha code into numbers, turned those numbers into binary, flipped over the binary, and turned the binary into holes. Man, that hurts my brain a lot. How did a 13-year-old figure this out? Then John goes on to talk about how there's literally 300 trillion possible combinations, and sometimes a pair of punch cards will make the same thing as a different pair, and sometimes a pair of punch cards will just be a dud, and what'll happen if you punch one card with 2 different codes, and where is John getting the time to write all this down, and what am I doing with my life, and when am I gonna get a job, and is this pronounced foyer or foyer? Anyway, I think I've wasted enough of your time. If you want more details about this, go to page 845. I highly suggest you do in case there's any little details that I missed. But other than that, just let's start the video. Yo, what's up all my home nizzles watching this on the couch and stuff? Yo, welcome to Jack the Guy's family-friendly channel, motherfucker! We got all sorts of childish antics running up, bitch! I want to dedicate this video to the pizza guy downstairs. I think his name is Larry. My potted plant, Greg. The front door's dog. XX. Yo! Hoo-ha! Mick Jr., Bob Dude. And... Welcome back to Homestuck, everybody. This is Jack the Guy, and Kristen and Red are here. Guys, say hi.
Hey.
Jack, I want you to know that you were so intense with your opener. Your voice cut out entirely for me for a moment there, and I thought the call got messed up.
Oh. Well,
that is how intense you were.
If you watch this video after I post it, you'll know everything I said.
I heard everything, and I regret. I regret being able to hear.
Well, let's get this party started. Okay, where we last left off. We found this hub that could possibly get us an internet connection. We suspect that this was the same beacon transmitting the unsecured signal that we were using earlier. So let us continue. Okay, you pick the laptop leaf from the tree. You plug your laptop into the hub, then capture log the hub and then the laptop. There must be a better place around here to set up your computer. This huge grid of electronics is sort of uninviting. You look around. Hey, what's that? Oh, it seems to be a timer. It's another one of these ominous countdowns. You didn't notice it when you first entered the lab about a minute ago. It looks like this one may have been ticking for years. Whatever it's ticking down to, there isn't much time. You can only hope that when you turn on your computer again, there will be a connection invitation from one Mr. Strider. Again in the future. Another timer winds down, sideways. Oh, looks... I can only assume that the mailbox man just cut that thing's head off. That's brutal. And he seems to have entered this large, I don't know, thing. Uh-oh, looks like the little security worm has friends. And wow, they're making a little... They're acting as the legs. So they can prop this thing up.
Terrifying.
It's pretty weird and surreal. And he's just getting toppled over because the thing is rotating. The giant bobble. And the bobble is going in this direction. Can I click on that? I cannot click on that. Okay. Dave, abscond. Oh, I'm supposed to click on this, yes.
その前に一つ聞こう。
Come on! It keeps happening! Okay, now that we're on a quieter page, I just wanna mention how cool that was. And also how dangerous. I mean, seriously. These people have no sense of safety.
Yeah, well, that's the Striders for you.
Alright, it keeps happening. What does? You don't have time to humor every random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Rose, look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. Why, yes it does. Wow. I think my eyes are bleeding. It appears to be Skaianet's primary session terminal, monitoring a great number of SPURB sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. It looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dots on the map appear to be meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds with a meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. Have we ever heard the company's name before, Skaianet? Earlier in this comic?
Think so.
Yeah, I think we just learned the company's name now. And since it's called Skaianet, I can only assume that it's linked to Skaia, right? I mean, like the thing in the sky.
Oh, maybe. I never thought about that, actually.
That's what I was thinking about also. Because I was like, Skaia, that's the thing, right?
Yeah. The color of the dot appears to indicate the status of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed. Yellow dots are imminent collisions. Green will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. You use the panel to the center on your present location and zoom in. Surrounding the lab are, of course, the hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these meteorites have either landed already or will shortly. Centered over the lab is a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you could certainly take an educated stab at it. Just southwest of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, though this one appears slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can monitor any meteor or session around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting results based on size, time of impact, location, and so on. You zoom way out and narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the biggest by far. You examine only their coordinates. The second biggest is centered over a US city. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Rose, turn on your laptop and check on John. You plug the laptop into the hub again and turn it on. It is now powered and connected to the wireless signal the hub is broadcasting. Your Spurb session reconnects. Oh, okay. Well, things are just in hell in a handbasket here. No sign of John here. You wonder why the house is shaking. Last time you saw him, he was on one of the roof platforms. You will have to navigate via the Spurb interface to find him. Rose, ascend. Oh, yay, it's interactive. Investigate. 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 Oh, here we go. Awesome. That is some large grist. A word to the wise. If you ever want to pick up women, all you gotta do is say, "Damn, girl, you got some large grist." Works every time. 99% satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. John, high five Nanakin.
Victory screech!
Good work, John.
Oh, hey, you're back.
For now, I'll have to leave again shortly. It looks like there's another large meteor headed for my present location.
Oh, so you mean Dave connected with you?
Not yet. I'll explain later. But I think I've determined that activating the timer in the game is not directly responsible for summoning a meteor to your location. The countdown seems merely to exist as a kind of warning to the player, as well as a strange coincidence.
Okay. I don't really think I get it. Is this relevant?
Probably not at the moment, and certainly not to you. I have to go.
Okay, later.
P.S. Try not to waste too much of that grist while I'm gone.
John, climb that ladder, baby! You rocket up the ladder to the dizzying heights of the vaunted Boy Skylark rung. Your new feather is hard-earned and well-deserved, and alarmingly fashionable. John, collect fat loots? Oh, loots. Ha, damn, that's a lot of loots, boy. You and your ceramic pork hallow rejoice in the mound of wealth yielded from your meteoric ascent up the ladder. You're still not sure what all these boon dollars can actually get you, but when pulling in such insane loot hand over fist like this, who cares? Certainly not you. John, pick up as much grist as you can hold. Your expanded cash limit is more than enough to accommodate the grist windfall. You gather up 2,260 pieces of build grist, 1,040 pieces of shale, 490 drops of tar, and 300 drops of mercury. You can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist will be just barely insufficient to produce. Oh god, there's grist littered down there too. Those stupid ogres were like huge grist piñatas. One of those big sour grape electric holocaust fruit gushers is jammed in the hole in the platform. You guess there's only one way to get it. Show sprite log. John, don't forget your book. It is your birthright. You ought to give it a read when you have a moment, particularly the first several pages. Okay, Nana, I will. Hey, Nana? Yes, dear? Since I'm trying to get up to that gate, and since you can sort of conjure floating beds and throw me around and all, couldn't you just throw me up to the gate? Yes, of course, John, but that would not serve your purpose well. There is a very good reason why you should build up to it, and then keep building. Oh, okay. I guess that's what I figured. So just one more thing. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why that is with a clear explanation, you can give me a series of really coy riddles about it and then sort of giggle? John, you are a very fresh young man. Your father has done such a wonderful job raising you. I am so proud of you both. I guess. When you pass through the first gate, everything will change. You will find the place where the constellation stands beneath the clouds, and then your true work may begin. Woohoo! I suddenly understand everything. Elsewhere, we find a place.
Ooh.
Oh, ho 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 ho, where a kingdom lies entrenched beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness. Ah, it's Daddy-O, kicking ass as usual. He looks like he's just gonna take it. Oh, damn, you sent him flying. Wow. Father's got some punch. Oh, someone's watching him on the screens there. Oh, someone's taking a look at everything on the screens. It's a mysterious man who we won't know the identity of until the very end of the comic, probably. That's just my guess. You don't have to correct me or anything.
I won't tell you who he is, but I will tell you that he's pretty important.
Graveyard stuffers. Don't know what that means, but this guy looks like Spade Slick. Oh my god, is he fucking Spade Slick?
I totally forgot you know who that is, and I thought him.
Same. I was sitting there like, what?
I was like, Jack, you shouldn't know that name yet, but I was wrong. I spaced for a minute.
No, it's okay. The Midnight Crew had a very short introduction, so I don't blame you for not remembering.
They have a whole interlude in a little bit, so you'll get to know more about them. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I saw a sort of, for the audience, I know you guys already know this, but I'm just going to say for the audience, I already took a look at this big chart of the Homestuck storyline. It doesn't give out any spoilers, and you can find it on Homestuck's website. It just sort of gives you an outline of the story, just using a series of pictures. I'll put the link in the description if I remember. But yeah, there is an interlude where we just get to look at the Midnight Crew. And I can't wait for that, because that sounds awesome.
I think I skipped that.
What?
No! Kristen, you can't skip it. It's important. Those characters come up later.
That's why I never understood the relevance, is because I skipped it. Because it didn't interest me.
But it's like a shoot. What is the word I'm thinking of? Mafia. What's the interesting about the mafia?
I mean, well, now I have to read it. So,
Well, yeah. Well, assuming you guys are still gonna join me for future episodes, we will read it. Don't worry.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.